It's Gracie Price. She used to spend time at the ranch with your mom. Kind of looked up to Mary, and you would have been too young to remember that.
I haven't been around, but I'm trying to change that. And you're my little brother, and I care about you.
If that's true, then you'll sign the deal with Heartland. It's time to put this ridiculous feud behind us.
They are supplementing their cattle with grain. One email to ground shoppers would take down their business and ruin Amy and Nathan's relationship.
Oh, most likely.
But it would be the right thing to do, wouldn't it?
Want to be a fly girl? I wanted you to see that you made a mistake about me. So you wanted to show me up. I did, and I think I succeeded.
Hey! That's my truck! Get back here!
Hurry up, Gigi. I'll take the stairs.
Okay.
Dex, go get my grandpa. I think Spartan's colicking. Please don't make me say goodbye, okay?
What you said earlier, it's true. These memories will never be replaced.
Sometimes I just feel like I've lost everything I loved. Everything I loved about me.
You're obviously just threatened. It's Ty that I can't live up to, but you understand that, don't you? Because neither can you, and you've been trying your entire life.
I will always be here for you. I love you so much.
Bill was actually wasn't exactly someone to stick around. I can't go through that again.
I have changed.
Can't help seeing down the road. I mean, how long until I can't get on my horse?
Time is precious, and we're not going to waste it thinking about all the horrible things that could go wrong.
Heartland Season 19 official trailer has finally dropped. Amy, at the heart of it all, stands at a crossroads. She wants to move forward with her life, to embrace the possibility of a new relationship, and yet she knows that her daughter must always come first. That delicate balance, that constant pull between love and responsibility becomes the center of her journey. But Amy's world is shaken when her reputation as a horse trainer, something she has built with years of dedication, patience, and instinct, is suddenly called into question. It is a strike she never expected, a wound that cuts deeper than she admits, and it forces her into a battle not just to defend her career, but to defend her very identity. For Amy, this season is about more than training horses. It is about proving, to herself and to others, that her heart and her gift cannot be broken. And while Amy fights her unseen battles, Lou is forced into her own reckoning. She has long juggled her duties as a leader, a mother, and a sister. But as Season 19 unfolds, Lou tries to shift her focus back to her family, determined not to let work consume her. Yet just when she begins to find that fragile balance, a new adversary emerges, a threat to the ranch that Lou cannot ignore. This isn't just about protecting the land or keeping the ranch running smoothly. This is about protecting the legacy of her family, the place that binds them all together. Every decision Lou makes carries weight, and each choice pulls her deeper into a struggle that tests both her strength and her heart. And then there is Jack, the anchor of the family, the rock that never falters, until he does. Jack has always been steadfast, his wisdom and patience guiding the younger generations through their trials. But this season, that patience is tested in ways he never imagined. When he hires a new ranch hand, someone no one expected, Jack finds himself caught between tradition and change. He wants to believe in second chances, but doubt creeps in, challenging him in ways that shake even his solid foundation. And yet, through all of this, Jack remains the protector of Heartland. His love for his family and his devotion to the ranch drive him to hold everything together, even as forces beyond his control threaten to pull it apart. What ties all of these struggles together is the shadow hanging over Heartland itself. Outside forces, adversaries with power and persistence, push against the family from every direction. These aren't just minor setbacks. They are threats that jeopardize everything the Bartlett-Fleming family has built. And in the face of it all, Amy, Lou, Jack, and the rest of the family must choose whether to stand divided or to come together stronger than ever. The stakes are higher than ever before, and the risks are not just financial or reputational, they are deeply personal. Love, loyalty, and legacy are on the line. This is the story Heartland Season 19 tells. A story of a family tested at every turn, yet refusing to surrender. A story of bonds that bend but do not break. A story of courage, sacrifice, and the enduring strength of home. Heartland strong. Always. Heartland has always been more than a ranch. It has been a sanctuary, a place where healing and hope take root, not only for the horses, but for the people who live and work there. But in Season 19, even this sanctuary is not safe. The threats facing the family are not simple, not easy to cast aside. They come from unexpected directions, each one designed to challenge the unity of the Bartlett-Flemings. For Amy, the battle to protect her reputation is a war she never asked for. It begins quietly. Whispers, doubts, questions that cut into her credibility. To the outside world, she has always been seen as the miracle worker, the young woman with a gift for understanding horses. But when that gift is challenged, when someone suggests that her success is built not on skill, but on luck or illusion, Amy is shaken to her core. For the first time in a long time, she wonders if she is losing her place in the world she fought to create. And yet, she cannot afford to let doubt linger. The horses still need her, her daughter still looks up to her, and the family, though they may not say it, relies on her strength. So Amy resolves to fight, not just for her good name, but for the legacy she knows she deserves to carry forward. Meanwhile, Lou finds herself in the difficult position of making choices that affect more than just her. As mayor, as businesswoman, and as sister and daughter, Lou has always been pulled in multiple directions. But in Season 19, the weight of responsibility grows heavier. She knows her family needs her. She knows the ranch requires Jack, in the midst of this storm, tries to remain the steady hand he has always been. He hires an unlikely new ranch hand, hoping perhaps to lighten the load, to bring in fresh energy. But what he finds instead is resistance. Not only from himself, but from those around him. The new arrival unsettles the balance at Heartland, raising questions about trust, loyalty, and whether Jack's instincts are still as sharp as they once were. Jack has always believed in giving people chances, in seeing the good even when others cannot, but this time, the risk feels different. It feels dangerous. And Jack begins to question whether his decision might cost the family more than he ever intended. For a man who has built his life on being the anchor, the doubt is a heavy burden. As these threads weave together, the outside pressures continue to mount. Financial strain, shifting alliances, and old wounds that resurface at the worst possible times. All of it pushes Heartland closer to the edge. What makes Season 19 different, what makes it more gripping than ever before, is not just the scale of the challenges, but the way they strike at the very core of who the Bartlett-Flemings are. Each member of the family is forced to confront what matters most to them, and each must decide how far they are willing to go to protect it. The ranch is not just land. It is not just a business. It is their soul, their identity, their proof that love, hard work, and loyalty can stand against the world. But when enemies close in, when trust is shaken, and when even the strongest bonds begin to fray, will that identity be enough to carry them through? The season begins with questions, but the answers lie ahead, waiting to test them all. The tension rises as the cracks in the family's world grow wider. Amy's struggle with her reputation does not fade. It grows, feeding on rumor and speculation. The work she has done, the horses she has healed, the lives she has touched, all of it suddenly seems overshadowed by doubt. What hurts most is not the criticism itself, but the silence of those who once trusted her without question. Amy begins to realize that defending herself will not be enough. She must go further, must prove beyond doubt that her gift is real, that it cannot be diminished by gossip or envy. For Lou, the fight takes on a sharper edge. The new adversary she faces does not strike openly, but works in shadows, twisting narratives, turning people against her. It is a battle not just of action, but of perception. Lou must learn to stand her ground in a world where every word can be turned against her. She begins to see that leadership is not only about making the right choices, but about withstanding the weight of those choices when others question them. The tension between her personal life and her professional responsibilities intensifies, and Lou finds herself at risk of losing both. She wants to protect her family, but she also knows that walking away from her duties will only embolden those who want to see her fall. It is a fight she cannot ignore, even if it costs her dearly. Jack's patience continues to be tested. The new ranch hand becomes a symbol of everything that unsettles him about change. The ranch has always been his world, built on traditions passed down and reinforced through generations. But with each passing day, Jack wonders if he is losing his grip, if the world around him is moving faster than he can hold it together. For a man who has always been certain of his path, the doubt is disorienting. And yet, beneath it all, Jack knows one truth. Heartland cannot survive without strength. He cannot allow his family to see his weakness, even as it threatens to overwhelm him. As if the internal struggles were not enough, the outside threats grow louder. Rivals circle the ranch. Opportunities turn into dangers, and promises once made begin to break apart. Each member of the family feels the weight differently, but all know the truth. Heartland's future is at risk, and in the face of it all, they must ask themselves the hardest question. How much are they willing to lose to protect what they love most? Season 19 thrives not only on conflict, but on the quiet moments where choices are made. Amy, despite the doubts surrounding her, begins to rediscover what made her strong in the first place. Her connection to the horses, her ability to see beyond fear and anger, to understand what others cannot. This is her gift, and it cannot be taken from her. But the fight to protect it pushes her into corners she never imagined. Friends become distant, strangers become enemies, and the future she hoped to build feels like it is slipping further away. Yet through it all, Amy holds onto her daughter, the anchor that keeps her from surrendering. Her love as a mother, fierce and unwavering, becomes her shield against the storm. Lou's story runs parallel, her battles echoing the same theme of sacrifice. She wants nothing more than to protect her family, yet she realizes that sometimes protecting them means stepping into battles they cannot fight. Her adversary grows bolder, and the ranch begins to feel the weight of the attack. Lou is forced to make choices that place her at odds with others, decisions that strain even her closest relationships. But beneath the frustration and fear lies a truth that Lou cannot deny. Her family depends on her courage. Every time she stands her ground, every time she refuses to back down, she proves that the Bartlett-Fleming legacy is worth fighting for. Jack, meanwhile, faces his most personal challenge yet. His patience tested, his judgment questioned, Jack must decide whether he can continue to lead with the wisdom he has always carried, or whether he must change with the times. The ranch hand he hired becomes a reflection of his struggle. Does he hold on to the past, or does he take a risk on the unknown future? Jack knows that Heartland has survived because of resilience, because of the willingness to adapt without losing its soul. But knowing it and living it are two different things. For Jack, the fight is not just against the outside threats, it is against the doubt within himself, the quiet fear that perhaps his time has passed. The outside forces close in, threatening to tear Heartland apart. The ranch, once a place of safety, begins to feel like a battlefield. Each choice, each mistake, carries heavier consequences. Yet despite the growing darkness, there is a glimmer of hope. For in the face of struggle, the Bartlett-Flemings discover what truly binds them together. It is not just the land, not just the work, but the love they share and the values they refuse to abandon. That love becomes their weapon, their shield, their answer to every challenge. But will it be enough? Or will this be the season where the legacy they fought so hard to protect finally begins to crumble? Everything culminates in this moment, the moment when the Bartlett-Fleming family must confront everything they've fought for. With each passing day, the stakes grow higher, and the weight of their choices becomes unbearable. Amy, having faced the public's doubts and private fears, stands resolute. The challenge to her reputation is far from over, but she's no longer the woman who would shrink in silence. This season, Amy finds her voice, not just as a trainer, but as a woman who refuses to let anyone define her. The horses still need her, and her daughter still looks to her for strength. What Amy realizes is that defending her name is no longer just about proving her abilities. It's about reclaiming her identity, about showing the world and herself that the bonds she's built cannot be torn down by mere words. Her fight becomes less about the critics and more about standing firm in the knowledge of who she truly is. But the battle is never easy. Each victory feels incomplete. Each step forward comes with a price. And the emotional toll weighs heavily on her as she fights to protect what matters most. But through it all, Amy is determined to prove that no matter what comes her way, she is Heartland strong. Meanwhile, Lou's own battle rages on, and it's not one she can fight alone. The adversary who threatens Heartland does not play fair. They strike with cunning and manipulation, sowing seeds of doubt in the hearts of those Lou holds dear. As the weight of leadership grows heavier, Lou begins to realize that she is being pushed into a corner. Every choice she makes, every move she takes, is scrutinized by those who want to see her fail. But Lou is no stranger to adversity. She knows what it means to fight for her family, to fight for what she believes in. What she didn't expect was how much she would need to sacrifice in the process. As the pressure builds, Lou must make decisions that place her at odds with those closest to her. She doesn't want to let her family down, but she also knows that Heartland's future depends on the choices she makes. In the face of betrayal and danger, Lou refuses to back down no matter the cost. Her determination is unwavering, and she fights not just for the ranch, but for the family legacy that she knows is worth saving. Jack, ever the steadfast patriarch, finds himself in unfamiliar territory. The new ranch hand, someone with an unknown past and uncertain future, disrupts the carefully crafted rhythm of life at Heartland. Jack has always trusted his instincts, but this time, his gut tells him something is off. He wants to believe in second chances, but doubt creeps in, testing his belief in change. The ranch has been his life's work, and he knows that every decision, every new person he lets in, carries consequences that could affect everything he's built. As Jack grapples with his own uncertainties, he starts to question whether the things he values most are changing too quickly for him to keep up. He can no longer rely solely on the wisdom of the past. He must face the present, with all its uncertainties, and decide what kind of future he is willing to fight for. Despite his growing doubts, Jack never loses sight of one thing. Heartland is his family, and he will do whatever it takes to protect it, no matter what form that protection takes. The pressure mounting on the family comes from all sides. The threats to Heartland grow more dangerous, more immediate, and the family's resolve is tested like never before. What started as individual struggles, Amy fighting for her reputation, Lou battling external forces, Jack questioning his role, has now become a fight for survival. The family is forced to come together, pooling their strengths and their resources and facing the storm head-on. But this is not just about survival, this is about preserving everything that Heartland represents. Love, loyalty, family, and the deep, unshakable connection to the land they've worked so hard to protect. Together, they must choose whether to allow the world to tear them apart or to stand united, stronger than ever before. The final test comes in the form of an impossible choice. Do they sacrifice what they've always believed in to save Heartland, or do they risk everything for the chance to preserve the legacy of the family they've always been? As Amy, Lou, and Jack face down their greatest challenges yet, they are forced to confront not just the external dangers, but the internal ones as well. The doubts, the fears, and the unresolved tensions that have lingered beneath the surface for far too long. With everything on the line, the family must answer one question. What are they willing to risk for each other? For the future? And for the home they've built together?